time we are going to start the second half of the meeting. And good news, we have one more member, Zen Goodman, has joined us. Before I'm going to give the mic to Jane, I would like to give just a little bit of a background of her, and then after it, she'll take over the meeting. Jane Blumenthal is the director of the Taubman Health Sciences Library at the University of Michigan. The Taubman Library provides resources and services to the School of Medicine, Nursing, Dentistry, and Public Health, the College of Pharmacy, and the Health System. Jane has more than 30 years' experience in information and library services. Prior to coming to she was Assistant Dean for Knowledge Management and Director of the Medical Center Library at the Georgetown University. She also has worked for the American Medical Association and the National Cancer Institute Frederick Cancer Research Facility. Jane has a bachelor's degree from the College of William and Mary and a Master's of Science in Library Science degree, MSLS, from Catholic University of America. She's a member of the Academy of Health Information Professionals, AHIP, at the distinguished level and has been active in a variety of professional organizations, including the Medical Library Association, MLA, and the Association of Academic Health Sciences Libraries, AAHSL. She's currently president of MLA. Her past activities include chair of the MLA-AHSL Joint Legislative Task Force, chair of the National Program Committee for the 2008 MLA Annual Meeting, chair of the Leadership and Management section of MLA, and member of MLA's Credentialing Committee. She has also been a member of AHSL's Board of Directors and chair of the American Diabetes Association's Publication Policy Committee. So please give a very warm welcome to Jane, and here she comes.
Take a minute here to get myself set up. I asked for one of these little walk-around mics because I like to walk around and wave my hands, even though people tell you, when you go to classes on presenting that you shouldn't do that. But it's very hard for me to sit or stand like this for a long period of time. It just doesn't work. So I was asked to talk about changes in healthcare and in libraries, and also a little bit about how MLA as an organization should be changing in response to what's going on in the world around us. I've got my little timer here, so if you hear crickets chirping at some point, that is my phone telling me that I have used up all my time and I should stop talking. So I don't want this to be me nattering on and you listening to me. I'd like it to be a discussion, a conversation. So as I'm talking, if you have questions or you want to pursue some aspect of what I'm saying in more depth, please just speak up, wave your hand, and do something so that we can take that time to have that conversation. I want to emphasize that I'm talking about what I see around me at the present. I'm not making predictions. And I don't make predictions because they are very, very dangerous things. And there are a couple reasons for this. One is when you're wrong, there are always a group of people who are going to remember that you were wrong, and they're going to remind you of it at every opportunity. The bigger danger is that when you're right, you also have selective memory. You remember the times that you're right, and you begin to think that you actually can predict things, that you can see into the future and you know what's going on, and you're smart enough to know what's going to happen next. And, when something goes bad, big things go bad, you say, oh, don't feel bad, nobody could have predicted that, don't worry, don't blame yourself. But when something goes right, we're not so quick to have those same cautions, and we want to take credit for it. But also, we discard the fact that just chance and luck sometimes plays a role in how we are correctly defining the future. It's the cliche about the stopped clock, you know, it's right twice a day. We think that those 2 minutes a day, that's our reality, that we're right. And we forget that there are 23 hours and 58 minutes when we're not. So all of that to say, not looking at the future, looking at the present. And I'm going to talk about libraries, librarianship, librarians first. I'll come back at the end to MLA and talk about MLA as an organization a little bit as well. So this is a big picture. And big pictures always involve generalizations. And that means that some of what I say, you're going to sit there and go, oh, my library's not like that. And that's fine. That doesn't mean your library, your reality is wrong, or that the big picture's wrong. It just means that it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's probably one-size-fits-none, because there are as many custom tailorings, as many adaptations as there are libraries. And so just in terms of my thinking about how I talk about this, how many of you are in academic libraries? Okay, and how many are in hospital libraries? Okay, anybody who's in a library that doesn't fall into either category? Okay, we have a good mix. A lot of people are primarily in hospitals. I'm not a hospital librarian. I've never been one. We do work with the U of M health system, and we are the library, the professional library for the health system. So I do have some familiarity with those issues and what's going on in that area. So when we talk about libraries, and one of the things I say when people say, well, what's the mission of your library? And our mission is the mission of our university, of our health system, of our medical school. We don't exist as a good in and of ourselves. We relate to what they do. And I'll say the caveat to that is, I'm not a big believer in support